Oh my God, that was half a decade.
Well, it's like
Oh my
COVID.
God.
COVID changed time.
Yeah.
We just like completely lost.
COVID changed time. It's crazy.
Change.
We all came back from this Thanos snap.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I only
man.
vaguely recognize that reference because of WandaVision.
Oh, really?
It, yeah.
My daughter is obsessed with MCU stuff right now. Obsessed. It's like the only thing that she wants to talk about.
Who's her favorite character?
Wanda was, and then she's like, what's the woman's name? I can't remember her real name. She's like, she came out and said Wanda's actually a villain now.
Oh, it's the Olsen twins' sister.
What?
Wanda?
She's an Olsen twin?
Yeah, she's only like 2 years younger than Mary Kate Ashley.
What?
The
I know.
Olsen twin sister? Like, that's got to be a shitty role. Like, just talk about living in a shadow.
Dude, once you look at her and you go, Mary Kate and Ashley, you're like,
Holy
how did
cow.
I not see that?
I didn't know that at all.
Yep. It's their younger sister.
You are so odd. You're more like a game show host. You are so odd.
But she loves Loki now, and I think everybody loves Loki because the show just came out. But she loves Loki, and she loved. Everybody loved Iron Man.
Yeah,
loved Iron Man.
I liked Thor because I like Kat Dennings. Is that her name?
I'm really bad with actual names.
I've only seen like 20% of like the whole thing.
Really?
Like,
If they are really good.
Yeah.
She's a super
they're on, I
secondary
always
character. So
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I definitely wouldn't get that one. When they're on, I always enjoy them, but I'm never like just like driven to go see it.
Yeah, sure.
yeah,
I dig the storyline and everything like that. And
It's mythology. We did.
Thanos is a deep villain. Like,
He's a fantastic character.
yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
I should take a day or two, but then I was like, I should be writing.
yeah.
I know, right? I know.
That's my thing is I really want to get caught up, and now Disney Plus has them all in order.
Yeah.
Timeline order. So
Yeah,
you
you can watch them in like a couple different orders. You can be like
Yeah.
chronological or like storyline.
Or the film release.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to watch them in like chronological order, but Steve and I are really deep into Family Matters right now, and that's
Awesome.
really all I have time
That's
for.
Yes.
hilarious.
That's amazing.
It's so good.
Dude.
It holds up so
Best era of
well.
television.
Yeah, the
Best
sitcoms are
television.
amazing. You had Family Matters, full TGIF.
Oh, TGIF, dude.
I'd stay home and not get into trouble because TGIF was so
TGIF.
good.
I feel like I am Uncle Jesse, man. That's what I want to be in my life.
That's a good goal.
Are you
That's
an
what I'm
uncle?
shooting for too.
No, I'm a dad, so I don't want to be Bob Saget, though.
Yeah, no, you don't want to be Danny Tanner.
No, nobody wants to be Danny
Your
Tanner.
house is not clean enough to be Danny Tanner,
No,
which
it's
is not
not.
an insult. He was just
No.
a freak.
What
I
about
know.
Uncle Joey though? Like
I hated Uncle Joey.
he's funny.
Him and that beaver. The woodchuck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I forgot about the woodchuck.
I think it's made of.
Okay.
I better have a raspberry.
You should
Crush
definitely have a
from
raspberry.
Earth Rider as well.
I love Earth. Oh, Earth Rider in Superior, Wisconsin.
It's right over the bridge, right?
Made with fresh Lake Superior water.
It's a tart wheat ale with raspberries.
You've got a festival coming up there pretty soon, don't you?
Ellipsis is a sponsor of it.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to all that money I'm making that I don't get to do anything with because I can't take time off of work.
Right.
I'm like, I'll give it to local music.
It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
August 20th and 21st. I don't even know if this will be out by then.
No crush.
All right, so I'll be on like episode 60 of Left
We're-
of Skeptic, and you're like,
Right.
I don't know, episode 23.
Well, we want to bank a few of them and then put them out.
That's legit.
Yeah. So we're trying to. You're number 3, and then I don't know. I'd like to do 2 more maybe. And
Yeah.
then try and put them out.
It's tough to be topical though.
Well,
Yeah,
I know,
yeah,
but you know what? It's
Yeah.
not about that. It's about the weirdos.
Yeah,
And,
it's fun. It's fun conversation anyways.
Yeah. And I figured with me being on a podcast, and I don't want to speak for John because we both are creatives. We both write.
Mm-hmm.
But I also play music. And so I feel like if I was on something, people would assume that it's going to be musicians. And I
Oh.
kind of want to steer in a different direction with that.
I love that when you said that we're not going to talk about local music really, I was like,
Yeah.
I like that.
I mean, we can if you want
Yeah.
to, but it's like
We can
there's
talk
other
about whatever
forums.
you want.
Yeah.
We have no structure.
Oh, let's go weird, man.
I
Yeah.
could talk about it on this one. I wasn't allowed to talk about it on a podcast for me because
Oh,
that
okay.
had been NPR essentially owns my music voice.
Oh, sure.
Like the most broken down version of what happens.
That makes sense. So.
Yeah.
That's
'cause-
that's the forum for it. That's the venue for it, and I get it.
Mhm.
And I love local music too. And I also feel like, but people get sick of me. So I want to
don't.
do
You're
other
like
things.
the artist I book the most. You and
I
Jen
appreciate
West.
that. Well, Jen's like
I mean,
Jen's phenomenal.
her voice.
She's the best, man. Yeah.
Ukulele.
So speaking of local music,
Speaking of local music.
Speaking about how we weren't going to talk about local
I know,
music.
right? But
Just
it's
you
hard to
mention
not
it.
to.
Let's
I
talk about
know.
Jen West.
Yeah, she is fantastic. She'd be another fun one to get in here. I don't know. I want to talk to people that are doing like just outside of the box stuff. You know, still creative, but not necessarily in that just like I mean, I'm not against visual artists. I think it'd be fun to get a visual artist in here
Yeah.
too and do something like that. But how do
It's
you
hard to represent that on a podcast.
right? How do you talk about it unless you
Yeah.
do something cool with the video? You know, but like the Left of Skeptic thing is like perfect. I love ghosts. I want to
love
be a ghost
ghosts.
hunter.
Yeah.
Let's go ghost hunting. That's what we should have done. We should have done a remote for this and went to a ghost.
Do you want to be so? Word on the street is that Earthrider Brewery is haunted, and
Really?
I have been hearing that because Steve works for Earthrider for the brewery.
Yep.
And
Sure.
I had been hearing that for a while, and now that they're a sponsor, I haven't ran this past like Tim or anything, but I bought Kayla a spirit box for her wedding present, and so we wanna go, like, see if we can make contact at the brewery. You guys could be our guest.
Wouldn't that be so fun?
That would be amazing.
I would love to
Just do a
something
lot
like
of
that.
cross promotional stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, wouldn't that be fun, man?
Yeah.
I was
It's all
thinking-
family. It's all love.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Do a
That's
seance?
what Duluth does.
Oh,
I don't really
love
do
it.
seances. She has a Ouija board she keeps trying to get me to play with, but
Do it.
my family, if you believe in it, my family is notoriously like things cling to us,
Okay.
and we're very like open according to multiple.
So you
psychics
got
and stuff.
psychic powers.
I wouldn't describe it as that.
right, but you're, yeah.
But
I
pretty close.
work pretty close to the veil, and things have
I knew you were
started.
going to say that, but no, sorry, go
Things
ahead.
have started to happen a lot more now that, like, my house was pretty haunted when I moved into it, and then when Steve moved in during quarantine, it really tampered down a lot.
Oh,
But the more I talk about it on the podcast, the more like random knocks and weird things happen, which I normally don't care. But my cat goes, and I go,
yes.
no, it's fine if you don't react, but if you reacted, then I know it's there.
Dude.
maybe
His
your
cats
ghost is just a
always
private
know.
guy. Like he doesn't want to be talked about on the air.
Maybe.
It's like I was nice enough. Like you moved in with this guy. It's fine.
It's
Yeah.
fine.
I'll leave you alone.
I
But now just don't talk about
You're
me.
like a mysterious
I
like
think this is
NDA
really-
agreement.
Yeah.
A mysterious
Yeah.
NDA arrives, like
Just-
non-disclosure agreement.
It's like floats to my desk in the middle of an episode, and I'm like, oh no.
That's weird.
Oh,
No.
I guess I'm not allowed to talk about this anymore.
didn't know ghosts were so litigious.
Yeah.
What's
Definitely.
what is it that drew you into the spiritual world of this? Is it just because it's cool? Because I think it's cool.
X-Files. I grew up on
Oh,
X-Files.
Okay.
And all the spooky stuff. I actually have the entire series of, I think it's Time Life's Mysteries of the Unexplained.
Mm.
And so I've been reading about this stuff since I was a wee little child.
Yes. There's Pig. Did you ever read like Stephen King? Were you ever into like horror stuff too, or is it just more of
I
like Goosebumps? Did you read Goosebumps?
read
We all read
Goosebumps.
Goosebumps.
Yeah, everybody read the Goosebumps.
I read
Night of the
Stephen
Living
King.
Dummy.
1 through 3.
Which Goosebumps were your favorite?
The Mask was one of my favorite ones.
Yeah.
The Halloween mask they put on,
Oh.
and it gets weird.
Yeah, I feel like Are You Afraid of the Dark had a version of that as well.
Probably. I actually used to have the entire series of Are You Afraid of the Dark on DVD.
Whoa.
I was like
that's a
19.
find.
I ordered
so
it online.
Jealous.
That's
I thought
cool.
I got hosed because it took like months to get there. I always forgot about it. And then it was just like burned discs. Like season 1 had a little
Yeah.
blue Sharpie 1 and 2 and 3.
Cool.
But like it was legit. It was all there.
Yeah.
I started buying them for my sister
Yeah?
for Christmas, but once you go an entire year in between buying them, you forget which one you're on, and you don't. I didn't want to tell her I was going to buy her more, so I think I need to coordinate with her husband and be like, which Are You Afraid of the Dark if I already bought her? There's one with Melissa Joan Hart.
Oh,
Sabrina.
I know what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
And with the little boy, and he just walks around going, "I'm cold."
That one's so eerie.
It's
Yes.
so eerie.
I remember
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah.
But to this day, when my sister and I are together, we'll just, if it's cold
Yeah.
in winter, we'll just go, "I'm cold," and everyone around us looks at us like we're friggin' weirdos. I'm like, "No, it's cool. You don't even know. You
Yeah.
don't even know."
If you knew,
Clarissa
you would
explained
know.
it all.
If you knew, you would know.
Clarissa Explains It All was one of my great ones.
Clarissa did this in a scary
Yeah.
story. I'm just saying.
I have
It's legit.
one season of Clarissa Explains It
Yeah.
All. All
Oh
of
my.
Boy Meets World.
Okay.
Oh,
So-
Boy Meets World. Okay, that's good.
If you're ever feeling like a nostalgia trip.
Speaking of like old Nickelodeon shows, not to shamelessly plug myself, but
I saw that when you
Can
came out. I was
I
like, come on,
hold
dude.
me in your heart,
and when I think about you, it makes me wanna fart.
I like
Oh,
the
salute your
this
shorts.
thing
Hey,
came
fell
apart.
Yeah, Donkey Lips.
Yeah.
Dude, so that guy is ripped.
Donkey
That
Lips
guy got
is?
super
What?
buff. He
No
got
way.
super buff. I swear. Oh, I don't have my computer. We got to look up Donkey Lips today.
Look him up.
Dude, he got ripped, man. If it's the same guy I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Because was he the
Or
guy?
no. Are you thinking
Oh,
of
My
Boy
Name is
Meets
Earl.
World?
I'm thinking of the guy who was in My
Yeah.
Name is Earl.
Also in Boy Meets World.
Yeah,
He was one of the bullies.
He's who I'm thinking of,
Yeah.
not the Donkey Lips guy.
Oh.
Dang it. Never mind.
Oh, that was a Donkey Lips move.
I know.
But it's a good
Are
segue
you
into
talking
him.
about
Like,
Frankie?
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
yeah,
I mean,
Oh, man.
yeah.
yeah.
My
Yeah.
fault.
But I had high hopes for Donkey Lips.
I
Like,
know,
I was
I
like,
know,
good
I
for
know.
you, man.
Hell yeah.
I know.
My
I
name
was,
is Terry.
Hell yeah.
Now I need to know, what does he look like today?
Yeah. I wish I had my computer. I could put it up.
He looks exactly
same?
the same.
Oh, what
He
a
looks
disappointment.
Exactly the same.
Oh man.
He looks like a Nintendo Wii character
His hair is better though.
Yeah. It was a good
with that
shadow
fake
in there.
goatee, you know.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm a fool.
That's okay. That was a fun ride.
That was a
I
fun
enjoyed
ride.
it.
That was great.
Salute Your Shorts was good. Hey Dude was the other move though
Yeah.
on Nickelodeon.
I'm now
had
you're just
Ben
gonna make me
Stiller's-
start singing.
I know.
Hey,
Yeah.
dude. It had Ben Stiller's wife in it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh god.
I tried to
Man.
explain that to Steve, who didn't grow up on Nickelodeon,
Oh really?
and he was just like,
What did he grow up on? Steve is your partner.
"Yeah,
Same.
he's from Two Harbors. He grew up in the woods, and
Oh,
so they
hillbilly.
didn't really do TV shows or
Right.
fun TV shows." PBS, I guess, is what he grew up on. So
Yeah.
Magic School
Yeah.
Bus. He
Yeah,
at least got the
Magic
Magic
School
School Bus. So
That one's legit.
Miss Frizzle.
Hell yeah.
Shout
Oh,
out.
yeah. Shout out Miss Frizzle.
Shout
You
out.
got me through a lot.
Dude, remember when they shrunk and went in the body?
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
weird. There's some weird things going on in there.
Yeah.
Man. They went to body parts you probably shouldn't have. I'm just saying.
Probably.
Like the lungs.
No,
And the
nose.
nose?
There's some darker stuff in there, man. I'm just saying.
You
we're
haven't seen
we're
the
not talking about
extended
this.
cut.
I was gonna say I don't remember that.
The unrated version was bad.
I got a copy on DVD when I went to Chinatown last year.
Oh no!
It's pretty intense.
How did they get out of the body?
Ridiculous.
You don't
You're
even want to know.
ridiculous. The same way they get in. It's not good. That's a different one. That's a different movie, dude.
Oh, oh, never mind. I went on a bad tangent too. I'm sorry.
Whoa, man.
Who made your coasters?
Oh, so,
Leroy Woodwork in
Leroy,
Baltimore.
Yep, they the same people that did this for the Podcaster. It's all myself. We're all different Kevin Costner characters in the.
That's
in
so
these.
funny. I
That's
love that
amazing.
so much.
I'm Dances with Wolves.
What's
That's
this
Jeff.
one?
He's Robin Hood. That's Corey Geisey's Waterworld.
Corey Geis's Waterworld. Hold yours up.
This is
So I can at least see
this
it.
is Robin Hood.
That's Robin Hood.
That's good because that's the only one of his
Prince of
movies I can remember seeing.
See, it's all three of us. The Podcaster.
That's awesome.
That's just the most
Oh,
amazing concept.
It's so funny, but you know,
How many movies does he have?
it's like 63.
What? So you can
He
at
is
least
a
get
working
63
man.
episodes.
Plus
out of
all the TV shows. We're talking Yellowstone season 1, Yellowstone season 2, Yellowstone season 3.
What is Yellowstone?
Yellowstone season
I was about
4.
to ask the same thing.
It's amazing. It's like Rancher Sopranos. There's no good guy in it. Everybody's a villain. It's a great show.
Really?
Yes,
When is
it's
this
such a good.
from?
It's like now. Season 4 is about to come out. It's such a good show.
So he's
I'm obsessed
he
with
did
it.
this.
He's
he started this
active.
4 years ago.
Yeah. He's
I
John.
had no
He's like he
idea.
plays.
I thought he was just chilling being
Dude,
Kevin Costner.
no.
I thought you were bringing him back to
Yeah,
life.
I
No.
thought he got, like ended at the end of the 90s.
Hell
They're like,
no,
I'm
dude.
retiring.
No. No.
How
Yeah.
could we be so mistaken?
yeah.
Dude, you guys
I'm
got to
going
get
out
involved.
on top or,
You
like,
guys got to
somewhere near it.
get into the KCU, man. That's Kevin Costner universe.
Oh,
Extended
yeah, that
universe.
makes sense. That
But
makes sense.
he did Yellowstone is like John Dutton. He's a 7th generational rancher, owns a ranch, and people are trying to take his land.
Is he
and it's all
picking
his
up on a
family.
southern twang as he's explaining this?
Oh, he's getting deep
I do
into
do that.
himself. Like
Let's-
he's coming out of body now. Like it comes out.
Wow.
The
He's a
Missouri comes
rancher.
out.
Once I get 2 beers in me, the Missouri comes out a little bit. I'm not proud of some of it. All right, let's try and call my mom. Because she has a haunted story.
I need to know how you've attached your phone to this thing.
Well,
need
I don't know if this is going to work. I'm experimenting. I should have taped it.
If you figure it out, you let me know.
Sure. I think
'Cause-
the trick is this runs all the way to the mixer.
I don't have a mixer.
Ah, see?
I'm super just low tech.
All right. Mom Herman. She's not going to know what the heck to like here. Might have to go up a little bit. Let's see if she answers. She probably won't. She doesn't. She's probably rejecting my call right now.
Adam again.
God, I'm so sick of him.
He's so needy.
He just wants to
Hi, I can't take your call right now.
Oh man, she'll call back here soon. Dang it! So she has like
It would have been so much better if she had have like clicked off
Yeah,
after one.
immediately
just
went.
rejected.
Oh, she's busy. Whatever.
She might be. She's in Texas right now. She might be flying home. I don't know what she's doing.
Oh.
So she had this haunted watch, right?
Okay.
So she needs
I'm
to
just
tell
so
it.
curious about this a haunted watch.
Well, it's like
Yeah.
this wristwatch
Uh-huh.
was broken, and I don't remember if it was like a gift or what. I don't. She has to tell it, but I just won't tell it. Well, she'll just call back.
Yep, it's
here
gonna
soon.
happen.
Yeah. So, but let's talk
if
about.
she doesn't come back, I'm gonna be so sad.
I know,
That you
I know.
Teased me about this.
Well, I'll
haunted
tell you what.
wristwatch
If she doesn't
situation.
call back on this, I will leave you a voicemail to play on your
Yes.
podcast
Okay,
from the
good.
story, or I'll have her do it.
Yes,
I'll have her do it.
that could be the
Wouldn't that be
listener
so
story.
funny? Yes, I'll have her do it. That'd be hilarious.
All right. As long
So
as it's
either way, the
recorded.
story will come out. Yeah.
Good.
But I don't really have any good ghost stories. There was a couple there was a story where I grew up of. All right, so this is like old graves. I was out at my friend Brianna's house, and she had her niece was there. She was like 3, walking around and everything. We were out in the woods. It was having a bonfire. They lived out in the woods. All of a sudden, she's gone. The niece is gone.
No.
We're all looking for her everywhere, yelling, screaming, everything. For like 20, 30 minutes, we're looking for her. Everybody's freaking out. Like she's just lost in the woods. It's not that much of the woods around,
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's
it's-
3 though.
Right. She couldn't have gotten far, right? We go up this hill. There's an old house that's been abandoned for about 20 years. She's on the porch, hanging out on the porch of this thing. The dog is who found her, actually, and
Yeah.
brought her out front. We saw her out front, so we ran up there, and she was like, oh, I was just playing. Like, who are you playing with? Well, that old lady.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
The old lady had died, and that's why the house was nobody lived there
Yeah.
anymore.
Right.
And so we brought her back down. She was like, yeah, the old lady and I were just playing on the porch.
So there's
so
no way she would know
nice.
that an old lady lived there. She's
No.
3
Or
years old.
even be able to
Right.
get up there.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
she was up a huge hill. It was super spooky,
Oh.
man. Yeah, chills.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, that's nice. Come back this way.
Yeah, I was like, well, I'm gonna quit hanging out with your devil niece. I'll see you guys later. I'm heading home.
I'm gonna take your child back to the corn.
This is fun. I want to hear more ghost cat stories.
Ah. Well,
Ugh.
I don't know. Where do I start?
Oh, jeez.
No, he's just like playful a lot of the times. Like, doesn't do much. I did have a weird like dream / out of body experience that I don't think the cat was responsible for. I don't think he's big enough. But
Okay.
Big
Well,
enough,
yeah.
yeah, the big enough.
Just leave it at that.
yeah. So I was sleeping, but like it was a dream.
Yeah.
But I was very. It was very lucid. Like I felt like I was awake, but like I was in the kind of that weird state to you where you can kind of hear the TV going.
Yeah, yeah.
But
yeah.
like there was nothing playing or whatever. But I started to feel like my body tingle, like my foot fell asleep, but like everywhere. And I was like laying on my stomach, I guess. And like I almost felt like my soul lifting like out of my body. Like, but I skipped a part. At first, that's what I think. I don't think he's big enough because I felt like I was kind of getting drug around a little.
Oh, okay. That makes. I was so confused about the big enough comment.
Yeah.
I was like,
It's like, he's just lifting me. Like, no, that. I felt like I was hovering, but like to wake me up out of it, like when my body was tingling, like I felt like I couldn't move, but like I don't. And I was also a little afraid to look. And open my eyes.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
A demon
like-
is lifting out your.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna look either.
So like you're
I'm gonna
moving
hold
me
on to my
around,
bed.
trying to like, just like draping off my bed a little bit, and like, and I can't tell if I just like vividly imagined that,
yeah.
or
Am I dreaming?
Yeah.
Because I feel like I'm awake.
yeah, I feel like I'm trying to be in control and I can't. Like I know what's happening, I can control my thoughts, but I lifted almost into the. At first, I thought it was like. Not my actual body,
Right.
but like what's inside of me.
Your essence.
My essence was lifting from my body into the ceiling, and
Your
like,
Johnny
I
T
didn't-
was being lifted.
Yeah, and I wasn't like I hadn't drank that day or whatever, and like I mean, I smoke weed, I enjoy that, but like I didn't do it.
Whoa! Cut.
In legal states,
Not here.
not here
We don't do those
or in
things.
Adam's house.
Whoa!
No, it's never been.
Whoa!
Anyways, but like just it felt like a DMT mushrooms kind of thing, but I didn't do anything like that.
I wonder if it's because you weren't drinking. Like it was sober. It was like
Just
you
for
went
once.
like
Is this what my body
deep
feels
sleep.
like?
Is this presents?
I think it's interesting that you said it felt like your whole body was like asleep, like when your leg falls asleep.
Yeah.
Because in Casper, Christina Ricci asks Casper, "What are you made of?" And he says, "You know, like when your arm falls asleep, that tingly feeling.
Oh,
I
I
think
do-
that's what I'm made of."
Whoa.
Holy shit! You just because I remember that I loved fucking Casper as
Devin Sawa.
I loved
What?
Casper's a
Christina
I don't
Ricci.
know if I've seen it.
No.
Devin Sawa is the boy who plays Casper when he turns into a human
He gets
for that 1
he
hour.
gets just 1 hour or
Yeah.
until 9 or something
Right.
like that to be a human.
yeah.
Oh, Devin Sawa is Casper.
Devin
Steven
Sawa
Spielberg.
is from
It might have been.
Final Destination.
Yeah. All right, that makes sense.
Yep.
Okay.
So he was also Casper.
That's that era. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, he
The perfect
specifically
90s.
said that he was made out of that tingly feeling, like when you're.
I
when
didn't
your
even
limb
make
falls
that
asleep.
connection, but like that's
That's
even weirder.
interesting. Yeah, that
Yeah.
you're like, oh, maybe
That's
that
even
is what
odder.
I'm made out
Right.
of.
Or maybe there
And a
was,
demon was trying to pick me up.
or there was the ghost was inside of me or something or pulling me out. But like I was going up to the ceiling as my entity, and all of a sudden, like I realized it felt like a DMT trip, but it didn't feel good. Like
Oh.
like whoa,
This
I'm
is
going
bad.
to a weird place.
I don't like
Put me
this.
down, put me down.
I
But
mean, at
then
least you weren't going down though.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
Whoa.
Yeah. It's getting a little hot. Is anybody else, is anybody else sweating?
Oh, no, that's really hot.
What is going on here? Is that accordions? What the hell?
But then I was able to come back. I was able to come back down after I was like, no, I don't want to go up here. I don't think it's going to be fun up there.
I don't
And then
like
I
what's
just like
happening.
slowly felt back into my body. And then I was just weird for the rest of the night.
But it wasn't the cat.
No, it wasn't
Okay,
the cat.
Good. As
So
long
there's
as I have high
multiple
hopes.
entities
Yeah.
in my home.
So,
That's fun.
Yeah.
do you guys think that?
Spend a lot of time alone. So like, they keep me
That's
company.
great. Yeah.
So, do you
You're
guys
never
think
alone.
believing in
Shh,
ghosts
Ghost
and
Five.
believing in
Hi, friends.
Ghost 5, believing in this stuff like equates you like a spiritual afterlife? So, do you think you have to believe in an afterlife to believe in ghosts? That's a tough.
That's
I don't necessarily think so because the other afterlives that most religions talk about involve going someplace else.
That's
whereas
true.
ghosts are on
they're
this
so
plane.
here.
Afterlife, but not in the traditional sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine being like stuck. Like, where's the worst place to be haunted? Like, if we all become ghosts and you're haunting something, like, God damn it.
I would hate to haunt work.
Yeah, I'd be like, what?
Like
You died there and I'm stuck here. Like, oh man.
Wearing your like work uniform.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the worst.
I have to haunt this fucking Quick Trip.
You're right. I
God
was trying to
damn
think
it.
of places that I've
We're
worked
like a
at.
really long trip. Nothing quick about
Yeah.
this. I'm here for a
This
long
is the
time.
longest trip ever.
God damn.
I wouldn't mind haunting tycoons if I could.
Yeah.
Like
You'd
that
be
was
like-
It feels like it
I feel-
should be haunted.
yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like there
Why
was
not
other
by you?
I feel like it was kind of haunted a little bit. Yeah, that is where we met. You're one of my favorite regulars.
I went to a talk or something that they had put together. They did a series down in the Rathskeller, and one of them was about hauntings,
Really?
and one of them was about demons.
Ooh.
Serial killers. There was a serial killer one too, because I love ghosts and true crime.
Yeah.
They really go hand in hand.
Kind
Totally.
of.
Like
Totally.
I like the
Every
murder,
true crime has a ghost.
and then I like the ghost that happens afterwards.
Yeah.
So it's like you like the sequel, basically.
I guess.
The true crime sequel is basically
Yes.
the ghost.
Would you do a
Yes.
true crime podcast?
I want to. If I have the time, I would
That'd be
definitely
fun.
do both.
Mhm.
Because Kayla won't let me.
Oh, really?
No, she's like, we're not a true crime podcast. We're a
Just merge it
paranormal
in.
podcast.
This used to be
I should
Adam's
shoehorn
podcast
that
on his
shit.
own, right?
That's true. This used to be the Blue Dog. Now it's
Yeah.
the Oddville Revue.
Well, if either of you want to start a true crime podcast with me, although I gotta let you know, even just the paranormal podcast is about
It's a lot.
at least 3 hours of research every
Yes.
week.
Oh my gosh. I want to start a fake crimes podcast. We just make up ridiculous
stories?
crimes.
Yes.
Like, and then that didn't happen.
Do it sort of like when people play that.
Mankato Brown was wanted for murder.
Well, like you know how around campfires they start telling a scary story and then they pass it off.
Yeah.
You should just do that and
A
see
fake
what each
crime.
person like what ends up happening.
Oh,
if,
that's so
if there
funny.
are 5 different people telling the story, even just 2 different people.
That's the best game of telephone ever.
Yeah, it is.
Oh.
My mom never called me back. This is so embarrassing.
It's like she's gonna call back. She's gonna call back.
My
right
mom
away.
loves me. I swear. My mom likes me so much. She calls me
We're so
all the
close.
time,
She
just
never
not
called me
right
back.
here and now.
Dude, what the heck? I should have gave her a heads up.
Yeah, have you met me?
Vaudeville was odd.
I know.
Like,
that's why it's.
all the
Vaudeville was
acts.
odd.
There was weird shit there, but it was just a collection of artists doing what they do.
We never really explained the Oddville Revue, though, in the last couple. Because do you want to talk about where it came from in your writing? I mean, not to. I don't want to always put you on the spot with your writing, but
Oh no, not at all.
I don't know, I like it.
appreciate it. Because like
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go there myself. I'm like, well, what are you?
well,
talking
right,
about?
right. But I also, you know, I mean, 'cause
Also, it's like selfishly, I'd rather like we bring on guests that are like so like dedicated to work, and like I'm trying
Yeah.
to get there. Like
You are
Adam
there,
works
though.
like a machine.
yeah, but it's,
You do 4 full-time jobs.
One full-time job.
It's like teach me, senseis. But like I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
you work.
I work.
You're a worker, dude.
Yeah, I do. I have 1 full-time job, and I'm always writing now.
Yeah, man.
So,
that's
like-
all you can
That
do.
is
Yeah.
Writing is-
another job.
It's homework forever, dude.
Yeah.
That is the
terrible.
mindset that people need to start getting in, is that people who do artistic things like writing
Yes.
and music,
Oh, sorry,
that
guys.
is another job.
100%.
Even if you don't get paid for it,
Yeah.
100% that is another job.
it's
You're
your purpose.
actively doing something
Yes.
Like my
that
roots
leads
are
to something
my
else.
roots are growing down right now, so you can't
Yeah.
really see. But like
Mm-hmm.
come winter, it's gonna look cold and it's gonna shoot up in the spring.
Hell yeah, man.
It's
I love it. I
happening.
can't
That's
wait.
beautiful.
I can't wait.
Oh, but the Oddville Revue. So yeah, it's a segment from my book, but it's later in, and I don't want to give away too much. But so I haven't talked to you about it at all. It's called Pete and Gwendolyn Grew Up. It's a small town modern take on Peter Pan, more focusing on the archetypes and how the world that they grow up in affects who they become and defines what it means to grow up.
It's fantastic.
I love that. Also,
Yeah,
Peter
thank
Pan
you.
was like one of my favorite stories growing up. So
Me too. It finally hit me one day and it was just like, boom,
this.
we're going. Grateful for that. And the Oddville Revue is kind of like, he grows up in a town similar to Duluth that's very dedicated to the service industry and music and just trying to find your way. Your little place in the sun, I guess, or whatever. But he eventually makes it and forms this collection of odd acts. And they find a venue to do it in, but they just kind of go on tour doing weird shit, and it kind of works out.
That is awesome.
So, like,
when is this coming out? When do I get to read it? I'll make time to read that.
Yeah.
I don't read a lot because I don't have time, but I'd read that.
Look for it in the fall to winter.
Okay.
Whatever. Don't give a date. Yeah,
right.
don't give a date.
By the time this
Just
podcast comes out, I might be close.
take the time. Take whatever time you
Yeah.
need to make the book right. Take the time to write it.
But
and do
yeah,
it
but just
correctly.
look out. Like that's really hindered me.
Dude,
It
it takes
like
years.
putting deadlines on it because then I get too hard on myself.
Yes, it takes years, man.
Yeah.
Limbo was 5 years of writing almost full time,
Like,
and the Villa Layla has been 3 years, and I hate it. I'm rewriting it. You know,
Yeah.
it just takes forever.
That's
to
such
do
a
this
bummer.
stuff.
That's why I'm not.
I don't
a writer.
hate it. I'm just too close to it because I
Yeah.
did it every day through like just.
you want it to be good.
And
Yeah.
so now I'm in this smoking weed stage and rewriting. What? No, dude.
Whoa, whoa.
Whoa, man.
Whoa.
Hold on. Nobody does
It's-
that silly
You're
stuff around
smoking
here.
Delta 8. It's legal.
So this last episode that just came out today, Kayla caught me off guard, and normally we do a listener story at the end of every episode, something that someone sends in. If no one sent anything in, we read like a no sleep Reddit story just to keep the spooky, but something that we
Nice.
didn't have to do research for. And I happened to be talking to her husband this last weekend, and I told him about the very first time I ever had edibles.
I listened to that podcast this morning, actually.
You did.
That
Yeah,
really?
your edibles podcast.
Yeah.
I try to be a little. I try to do a little bit.
And
for
that was
job.
the only there was the only time that we've ever talked about anything like that. And I was like, I work city adjacent now, so obviously this was a very long time ago. Kayla, can we just do a listener story? She's like, no, I want to hear what happened when this thing happened. So I get it. I'm not going to tell you about it. They have to listen to my
what?
episode. It's
Oh,
episode
okay,
23
okay.
of Left of Skeptic.
Left of Skeptic. So who?
I will say though that the story that I told you about Rising,
Yeah.
like that, listening to that reminded me of it. It's like, oh,
Oh,
that's
really?
Super cool. Yeah, I get that. Like, what's happening?
Yeah,
Just-
I was very aware, and I was like, I don't think this is real, but also this seems
It
really
feels
real,
Really real.
and I
Yeah.
can't decide if this is real or not. So I just kept fighting.
Yeah.
Which you get, he
Yeah.
doesn't, because he didn't listen.
You
to
would
this
think
first
that was
episode.
so funny if you had listened.
To the non-existent
Yeah.
viewer.
Tune into last season's episode.
yeah. 2021.
Episode 23.
That's funny, man. We should get these out, I guess.
Yeah.
I'll
I
buckle
suppose.
down and knock them out. I just feel like we need at least 5, and then we'll put
Yeah.
5.
That's very ambitious. But
one.
if you have guests, it's harder.
Like it's
And the
finding
video
time,
stuff, too, in the
because
video.
like
Yeah.
Adam's super busy. Like he's always on the move.
Well, yes
Wednesdays
and no.
have been working.
Yeah,
but-
Wednesdays have been good, and then edits are okay because I generally like to edit. I get up and I drink some coffee. I'm in here by like 9, 10. I'm either doing this. I'm done with Lila's album now, so I have a lot more time with edits and stuff. And that was taking up a good chunk of editing time. But
Yeah.
It was awesome. It was super fun. So
How do you say her last name?
Abukader.
Abukadar.
Yeah.
Are you gonna send me her music so I can play it on the?
I
Duluth
just
show?
sent her radio edits because she says the F word a lot in her songs,
Hmm.
and so I did radio edits. So she should be sending them to you. I think like as of yesterday, she has them.
She
I
might
love
have.
the F word in her sound.
It's
Like,
great.
It's amazing.
It's great.
It's such a
She
wonderful
is such
melange.
just a beautiful spirit of a person, and the songs are just goofy and fun and punky and
Yeah.
just they're great, man.
nice.
It's great. It's so different from what you would think it would be.
I
I'll
love it.
play you one after this if
Good.
you want. It's cool.
I love it when local artists surprise me, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, this is. I remember when Toby Thomas Churchill came out with his "My Young Spring a Darling," "You're My Young Spring a Darling" album. I was playing it at. It has football sex on it and
Oh, sure.
Arizona.
Sure, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
I was playing it at the Electric Fetus, and Carrie, the manager, came down and was like, "Who is this?" I was like, "It's Toby
Yeah.
Thomas Churchill." She's like, "I like this." I was like, "Yeah, he's local." She goes, This is a local artist?
Best stage banter ever. He is the best speaker on stage of anyone I've ever seen.
It's crazy how important that is. Like,
So
just
important.
filling in the time.
Yep.
So good. He's so good at like back and forth with people.
Yeah.
Like, it's just bonkers.
That's a lost art, kind of.
Totally. I'm
It
terrible.
is.
I'm terrible at it. I write notes on my set list of like
Funny
tell
things.
stories and
Funny
stuff.
notes.
Yeah. Yeah, like don't forget to say something
Right.
here cuz I get so like shelled up and I'm just like
You know who also has like some of the funniest like stage banter? Charlie Parr.
Yes. But
If he
It's
talks,
hard
he
to hear
says
it.
something weird and hilarious, and you're like, why was I not recording this? Now it's just lost.
you
Lost
know,
among the drunk people who are barefoot and dancing.
that guy has been one of the
They
nicest.
appreciate it, but they can't tell the story.
They can't tell the
Yeah,
story. They're
right,
never
right.
going to remember the words.
Yeah. Oh, he said some deep shit, man.
Yeah, that's what they're. Yeah, that's how.
You gotta be there. You gotta be
That's all
there.
you know about Charlie
Yeah.
Parr if you've
Yeah.
never seen him.
He's
is
like,
he
this
says
song's-
some deep shit.
But
He's
that's
like-
his hook, though.
Yeah.
Like you have to come see me live. Otherwise,
Right.
you can't hear the wisdom that I'm spitting.
But they think
Yeah.
it's wise, but really
Yeah.
they don't know what he's saying. He's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
song goes out to Angry Birds.
Right. Chicken wings and pilsners, baby.
Yeah. It's the best summer of our lives.
I was scrolling back.
Nonsensical shit.
I
You're
was-
getting busy living a busy time.
I was scrolling back through my Instagram trying to find pictures of the Electric Fetus performances, and
Oh,
I found
sure.
one where Charlie Parr had come in and handed me a kernel of corn. And I was like, Charlie Parr came, and he just reached in his pocket. He's like, hey, Brittany. He's like, here, I have this for you. And he handed me a kernel of corn.
Such a
And I
Charlie
thought-
Parr thing to do.
I thought it was really weird. And then 2 weeks later, he came back in, and he handed me another one. No explanation whatsoever.
Oh, man.
I love that so much.
Yeah. Did you keep it?
Yeah.
You still have them? Did you pop them?
I have them somewhere. I definitely wouldn't have thrown them away. They're probably in some sort of trinket that I've
That's
lost.
so
over the million
weird and
times I've
funny
moved.
and brilliant.
I know. Yeah, he was going to go sell some of his like really classic like blues art like albums. He has some of the most amazing collection of really unique, hard to find blues albums.
Wow.
And he would come in
That's
to
cool.
sell them because he's like, I've listened to them
Right,
enough.
right.
I want to
Wanna give
pass
them
this
out,
along
yeah.
to someone else. And yeah, so he dropped them off, handed me a kernel of corn, left, came back to pick it up or figure out what was happening with them, gave me another one, and with no explanation.
Eventually, you're just gonna have a bowl of popcorn ready to go.
Yeah, exactly. Because obviously it's a dried kernel of corn. I
What
was
if
like,
he- yeah,
where did you get these?
he's
You
just-
live in town, dude. Like you're not on a
He
farm.
gives you like 30 or 40 of them eventually, and then eventually he gives you like, here's a
Oh,
Titanic on DVD.
Oh.
All right, have a great night.
And then a bowl,
Yeah,
a
and a
bowl
bowl.
to pop it in or
I
to eat
was-
it out of.
Hoping you were gonna say he was gonna give me like the cob with all the corn missing. Like here, you can put it back together now.
Yeah.
This is the lesson.
Whoa, dude, that's so deep.
Once you figure this out, you'll know
Yes.
everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then you'll realize you know nothing.
When the student is ready, the master will appear. Whoa.
Charlie, I don't mind my genuine laugh, but I find that when I'm trying to be like a little bit quieter, because Steve is always like out in the living room, so he can hear my part of the podcast and not Kayla's. And I tend to do like a more subdued laugh on the podcast, and I feel like it sounds very airy and little kiddish.
Okay, do it.
Women in general, I find not all women, but
Yeah.
a lot of times I've noticed that like when we are interacting in certain situations, we tend to have a more subdued laughter, like a little cutesy laugh.
Interesting.
Like when you first start hanging out with the dude, you tend to be like, "Oh, that's funny," and then you heard me earlier. I was just like freaking cackling.
Just cackle, yeah, hell yeah.
So
I
I
appreciate
don't.
a good cackle.
Yeah.
Oh, There's
I don't-
nothing better than
Laugh.
a cackle.
Right? I think it's more genuine. All my laughs on the podcast, I'm always in a little bit more of a subdued state still, and they always sound fake, and I hate that.
Well, I get that too. Like I do the weird like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate my laugh.
I have to like fake laugh to walk away from tables. It's just like, oh,
You guys
yeah,
are
yeah.
so funny.
Sometimes they are.
You're killing me.
You're always funny.
And probably always saying some sort of
That's
weird
such a-
self-deprecating
And all of
thing.
you.
the dance lap away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's like, oh, he did that to me. That son of a bitch.
I've
I
seen
was
that
killing
movie
him.
before.
Right. My dad jokes were landing so hard.
Oh, I love a good dad joke. I almost always think they're funny as long as they're not sexist or racist.
Well, I mean, what's a good dad joke without a tinge of bigotry?
Wouldn't be my dad.
So stupid. You're talking about grandpa jokes.
Yeah, yeah.
Dad jokes are way better. I think humor is coming around to like realizing, all right, let's just. If you're punching down, you're screwing up.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to punch down, dude.
You know why?
It's fun to like be goofs with each other. We goof with each other and stuff, but it's fun to punch
So
up.
we know
man.
it's all love.
Yes.
Like, yeah.
I feel like millennials.
I'm punching up when I hit
Hell
you.
yeah.
Like I'm trying to take
yeah,
you down.
yeah. Well, white dude,
Barely.
You've won enough.
middle-ish clash.
Yeah. Keep going. I barely got out of math class. Let's call it what it is.
Did I tell you guys about not the other dream that I was talking about, but I had a couple more a week before.
You had more dreams. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I
That's
tend
good.
to dream.
That's healthy.
Interesting.
Thanks. So, first night, I dreamt I was a TP. Second night,
I know where this is going, and I hate you already. Go ahead.
Second night, no, whatever. Did I tell you about my dreams? Oh, I'm sorry. She hasn't. So first night, I dreamt I was a teepee. Second, it was a wigwam. I was like, God, this is really freaking me out. I talked to my therapist about it actually, and like he made me feel a little better. He just like, man, you're too tense.
My dad used to tell me that joke. I knew exactly,
Really?
yes, and I knew exactly what you were going for, and I knew how angry I was going to be.
Right. I hate that you're taking me on this long walk.
He would say it was a camper, though. He never said wigwam.
Yeah.
God damn you.
See, that is the kind of quality dad joke I'm here for.
So
Yes.
funny. I remember that. That's one of the first jokes I ever learned.
Really?
Yes, I would tell people that. And I would tell people that like in high school, and they're like, "You're an idiot. You suck."
First time I heard that joke was on Mo
Boo,
Money.
Adam. On what?
Mo Money. Do you remember that movie? It's like with the Wayans brothers.
No.
Damon.
Oh no.
Vaguely.
Vaguely.
I don't think I ever saw it. I definitely remember the advertisement.
It's
for
like
it.
early
Wayans
90s
brothers?
about like he gets this job like with this company scamming credit cards, so he scams them, and it's like a whole big thing.
Oh,
It's all
no.
about more money, you know what I mean?
I don't remember that.
I did more money.
Whatever, dude. I can't believe my mom never called me back. This is unreal,
Did she at
dude.
least text you?
No, well, maybe. Let's find out.
I mean, she
Oh.
might have texted you and said, "Hi, I'm on an airplane."
No,
But
nothing.
she might not have, and then you gave him a little false hope.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. I get it.
You know, someday you'll be able to ignore your daughter like this.
My daughter ignores me too, like this. I just want to be a dad again. Like, hello.
Does it make you feel better that I responded to you relatively
Yes,
quickly?
yes, I appreciate that. So
All
does
right.
Johnny. My good man, my good friend John. He doesn't leave me hanging.
I'm always there for you, except when I leave weird text messages because I don't get
What
all
was
of
that
yours.
for?
Oh, it was on the way
He
here.
let me.
You,
Hold on.
Oh, and I sent you a song
I'm gonna send
after
you.
after last.
All right,
it's a
I'm
great
gonna put
song.
you on the spot, but it came out of nowhere. So we had it last week. So if you want to, we'd love to buy you around somewhere if you want to go somewhere after this.
Yeah.
That's kind of what we do in the last. We go to Sir Ben's and buy around. But then John and I got a little. We were up a little bit late, and then he sent me this at midnight. Oh come on. Oh wait.
Wait, aren't you connected?
Oh yeah. Why did I do this?
Oh
Why
man,
did I do it this way?
took an extra step.
I was gonna play it in the microphone. I was gonna.
It was so perfect. It was pristine.
I don't know. I don't know if we can have this whole thing out.
Oh yeah, that's
no,
right.
you can
Oh,
only
yeah,
do
I can only do
that's
that.
like 20 seconds.
Yeah.
That's good. There's no words in it.
It was
like,
the most
yeah.
random.
Yeah.
Wait,
And he got
did you Santana featuring?
Everlast.
And the Supernatural album.
So this is from early 90s?
Oh yeah, 95,
Late 90s.
96,
Late 90s.
97.
98, I think.
It was the one with Rob Thomas.
Yeah, same
Yeah.
album. Same album.
So, but then the next day he goes, I don't know why I
Smooth?
sent you that song.
Smooth, yeah.
Smooth, featuring Grammy Award-winning Rob Thomas of Matchbox 20. But
Oh,
yeah, then he goes, I don't know why I sent you that song. That was it.
Well, I was gonna text you, man. I had fun, and then I saw that I texted you like a Spotify link. I was like, what the fuck did I send you?
And then you listen to it, you're like,
I was like,
He
hell
would
yeah.
get this.
This is our jam
He
now,
would
dude.
get this.
We're
Right.
connected now. We're brothers over
Yeah.
Everlast.
We talked like
what was their other...
what it's like.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was like, I know
Oh.
the concept of the song, but yeah, what it's
That was a
like.
great song.
Yeah.
It made me cry.
That was a great song. It got overplayed, but it was a great
yeah,
song.
Yeah,
had
it
they
was.
not overplayed it, it would have been...
If you come back now, it holds up.
It
Definitely.
holds up, man.
Yeah.
Everlast is the
Man.
shit, man. I'm doing my best. Can't believe my mom didn't call me back. Anyways,
Well,
So what
tune
was-
in next week, and
Yeah.
maybe Adam's mom.
Maybe
will have
Adam's
called
mom likes him again.
we're gonna call her on every podcast until she answers.
until she does.
I'm like, I'm worried
Yeah.
sick about you. Where have you been? Oh well.
That's a good segment.
Adam and John, and maybe Adam's mom, but probably not.
Yeah.
She'll be the next guest.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Who have your guests been? You got Beaver.
And Art Tuttle, who was doing stand-up
All right,
comedy.
because you said I was the third one.
Yep, and you're the third. And then I don't know. You know, I was steering away from music. I would love to get JG on.
I
You are the one that turned me on to that song.
fucking love Jade. I know.
You know.
Dude,
And
Daniel
I was trying to
Oyemele-
show it to him, but it's so good.
Dude, you should play The Wave. Is The Wave the one you heard?
No.
Can't blame it.
Can't blame it was the one I
Dude,
heard.
you got to listen to The Wave.
Okay.
It is the perfect
I was
summer song.
really, really into it. It blew me away. Everything was about it was great. The recording quality was great. The music was great. The words were great. Everything was good.
So Afro Geode has been releasing stuff. JG does all of her mixing
Oh,
and
really?
producing.
Cool.
Yeah.
He'd be interested. I'm just trying to steer away from music, but also I feel like he has. It's more poetry. It's not necessarily in the same vein as what I'm doing. So it would be interesting to talk about it. I don't know. Maybe in the future. Who do you think would be an interesting outside of the music box guest?
Outside of the music,
you know
box.
everybody.
I know. I can only think of a bunch of music-related people. Like it'd be fun to have.
You know any jugglers?
Whoa! You just okay.
There's someone who works for the Clean and Safe team who is a juggler and can make balloon animals. We were just talking about her today.
I don't know if I want to be angry for a whole hour on a podcast.
No. I'll
Because
think on it.
every balloon animal, I'm just gonna get a little bit more pissed about.
Yeah,
What if
yeah.
they
But
get
what if
better
she
and
what if
better?
she juggles
They
in
might.
between?
Oh,
Juggles
man.
while she's making balloon
Yeah.
animals?
Like, okay.
What if she makes a full-size Adam Herman, like, with likeness like a motherfucker? Like, it's worth the Plinko machine.
Okay. Then she's
Laura's Balloons, who's now in Huckleberry.
in. Oh my god.
She
I'll
she
be a
makes
Huckleberry.
she makes. I've seen her make people
Oh my
out of
God.
balloons, and I think they look terrifying. I don't know why anyone would want
A
that.
balloon man?
Oh my
like,
God,
screw ghosts. That's the scariest thing I've
It's-
ever heard of.
but the most terrifying thing ever. I mean, it's talent, and I'm like, how did you do that? Also, please don't do that for me. I don't
make
like
a balloon me.
Yeah, I don't like it. It's so scary. Let me see if I can find her.
That's funny. That's a funny
Balloon
concept.
man.
I don't know. I want to do
Yeah.
something with people that are doing different things. You know,
Mhm.
different things, but they're doing it on their own though. You know, or like their own purpose.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll
Well,
have to pull up her. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
You know what you should do is you should invite some brewers, and then they'll bring you beer.
Yeah, we thought about that too. So I'm actually, weirdly enough, I don't know if I should even say it on here. I've been,
You can
Some
cut
pressure on them.
well, I'm actually producing a show as well where I go and brew beer with different breweries around the state.
it. Oh my God, I want to go with you.
Okay, well, you come to the first one. We're doing it. The Blacklist will be the first one when they open their new building. So we've already done the intro and everything. It's kind of like a travel style kind of idea
Yeah.
show. We want to get it done for Catalyst when it comes in the fall.
I wanted to do that as a podcast.
Awesome. Then come be a part of it or hang out and
Yeah.
be a guest on it, whatever. I really want to. I think it'd be cool because there's so much philosophy behind it.
Mm-hmm.
And there's so much about what brings us all together over this act.
Ooh.
I mean, it's been a part of our culture for our humanity, I guess.
I was thinking about this on the way to work, like not that specifically, but
Yeah.
similar to like talking about the history of brewing in this town. And like, I don't know, it'd be cool to be like,
I've got the book
do you?
by Tony Durkins.
Yeah.
If you want to know anything about the
already.
history of
I know exactly what you're talking
Duluth, Tony Durkins.
Tony Durgans?
He is.
Let's get
He
him
has
on.
oh
Yeah.
my god, he is funny.
Cool.
I've watched
That'd be cool.
so
Yeah.
many of his presentations, and every time they're like, "Oh, Tony Durkins again," I was like, I could watch Tony Durkins. I could listen to Tony Durkins talk about anything
I could listen to him
so
read
many
a phone book.
times. He's fantastic.
Cool. Tony Durkins.
Tony Durkins. He wrote all of the books about Duluth history.
Oh, let's get him on.
Yeah.
He's
Okay.
Amazing.
We'll reach out to him.
He
What, do you
does-
want to sit and talk to a bunch of idiots like us?
I don't know.
Fair enough.
I
Thank
don't
you
know.
for being honest with
We'll
that.
have
Yeah.
him drink a few more before we get here.
Yeah, I don't know him very
And
well.
then
I
he'll
don't
be
know him at
fine.
all. I just know who he is. He's fantastic. Yeah, he. No one knows more about Duluth history than him.
Cool.
When the Chamber of Commerce wants something done, they ask Tony Durkins about the history of it.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
he's-
All right.
Yeah.
We're going to reach out to that guy.
Yeah.
Why not? Let's shoot for the stars.
But
man.
you
Let's
wanted to
do it.
do the history of beer.
Oh yeah, like from like brew house to like that's kind of like the godfather of it until its rise, and I don't want to say JTA's fall necessarily, but like
You
I
can say
mean,
that.
yeah.
It's okay to say that.
a little bit like a little bit after I left.
Let's just
and
say
I
there were
wasn't
some
having
mistakes
anything-
made.
Yeah, right.
So,
Then Dave and Tim separate and do
Yeah.
their own, make their own juggernauts of breweries.
Yeah.
yeah.
And then it's just like, but Brewhouse started it all, and they just,
True.
but it's just, I think it'd just be a cool thing to
Yeah.
talk about full circle.
It's really
Make
cool.
them talk about the breakup.
Well, what you should do
Remember
is
when you were a trio?
yeah. Do you guys remember when you hung out all the time
Yeah.
and now
You guys
do
were
your
cool,
own
now you're not.
things?
You guys were all my boss once. And now you don't talk anymore. Just want us to be a family again.
You should. I just want all my dads back together again.
My dads don't love me anymore.
You should definitely talk to Allison from Earthrider, though. Because
Okay.
I don't know if you know this, but women were the very first brewers ever.
I'd love to talk to her.
And then men decided that
Wait, you
women
mean like ever in history?
ever in history,
Okay, cool.
women invented brewing, and then men
Okay.
decided that they held too much power, and so they essentially
Interesting.
kicked women out of it and called them witches
Hell yeah.
because they made potions. that
Well,
made
It's
they
a
were
sense.
testament to men's
and they were turning
alcoholism.
people
You
into-
can't
Yeah, exactly.
control it.
They were turning people into newts.
Witches.
I mean,
Sure.
Yeah.
come on, dude. That's not cool.
I don't want to be nuded.
I got better. Monty Python. You
The
turned me
knights
into
who
a
say
newt.
I got better.
Yeah. A duck. Anyways, I'm sorry. That's really interesting. I'd love to talk to her about that. Because I feel like that could tie into the other thing, too, the Bruin show.
I'll do the research. I'll find all
Please
the
do. I
research
would
for you
love
about
that.
women in brewing, and then you can read it like I do with the Left Of Skeptic.
I'm
scary
into that
stories.
stuff. You know, it's like, they found old beers still kegged, or not kegged, but corked
Bottled in the ocean.
on sunken ships.
Yeah.
Like it's been
nuts.
around for thousands of years. Sumeria had the first mead and shit. Like,
Yeah.
this has been around forever. This
We've
has been
been
part of
tanks
us
since the beginning of time.
It's been part of us since the beginning of humanity. Like, and why? Because it brings us together. It's like a,
Yeah.
a social lubricant. It helps ease. It's there's
you also
so much
couldn't
to it.
drink the water. That's why they drank beer.
Well, and that's why they put they fortified their wine as time went on and stuff. With like it's so much.
Did you know that back in the day, the breweries used to be just kind of like open vats, and they would open the windows, and all of the pollen and stuff from and they naturally, like flying around yeast is what would make the beer. So depending on what time of year it was, all of the different like flora that was happening
cool.
around it would affect
That's
the
what
flavor.
kind of beer it was. Interesting.
Huh.
Very interesting.
So it was
Oh my
just
god, there's so much to this.
Yeah.
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 The Duluth Experience did a really great roundtable that had a bunch of different information. They actually had a women in brewing one that I would really
Cool.
like to recreate.
Very cool.
It was, yeah. Beer history is
It's so
Fascinating.
much. Yes, and it's not about the beer. It's about
Yeah.
humanity. There's
Yeah.
so much
Yeah.
to it, you know. So
I want to hear more about lady brewers, though. You should definitely get Alice.
I would love to talk to her about that. That's great. Why we should bring that to the front if that's the history of it.
perfect.
My God.
Maybe she can take us on the ghost tour. and then you can talk to her about doing it.
Ghost breweries.
Ghost breweries.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
That's the
apparently.
second season.
Apparently, you hear voices. Like people will hear voices in the Earthrider Brewery,
Wow.
and like people like talking to you, and then you're like,
Wow.
"There's no one around
Oh.
me."
That's so spooky.
I know. I love it.
Oh, we should have waited and did a Halloween thing with you. Let's do.
I'll come back.
Oh, wait a minute.
Is that Ma?
It is.
Oh
His
my
mom
gosh.
does like him.
Don't give up.
Hello. Oh wait, let me get you on headphones here. Oh my gosh.
He's ruining it.
This is
wonder
all
why she
messed
never
up, Mom.
calls
Hold
him.
on, hold on.
Am I on another podcast?
Oh my gosh, this isn't working now. All of a sudden. There you go. Are you there? Hello.
Hello? What's up?
Well, you're on our podcast right now.
Oh, God.
I wanted to hear. I was trying to get it set
Getting
back
bad
up. Sorry, hold on.
Marjorie.
Wait 1 second here.
Hmm?
There we go. Everybody can hear you now.
I can hear you.
Yeah.
Well,
Yep.
I
So
don't.
we're doing a podcast, and we wanted to talk to you about that. Your haunted wristwatch.
What?
Do you remember this?
Yeah, I remember it.
So, what are you doing right now? Do you have 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Can you tell
Sure.
us the story of this haunted wristwatch?
Well, I didn't say it was haunted, but it was just creepy.
Okay.
I love creepy.
Creepy's good.
So you're on with my friend Brittany and my friend John.
All right.
Hi, Mom Herman.
Hey, Mama.
Hi.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna.
So do you want to ask me questions and like ask me, or do you just want me to tell the story?
No, just tell the story because I kind of told it, but I don't think I was correct.
He told us.
Probably
nothing.
not. Yeah, probably not.
Hold on.
He
All right,
never
turn
is.
you up. All right.
All right. So I had a watch, and it was the kind that had the little links in it, you know, that you can make bigger and smaller,
Uh-huh.
and they clip on. So it was too big for me. So I asked my husband to take a link out, and he said he didn't know, he didn't have the tool for it. He'd have to find something small enough to take it out. And it was a Friday night, and Adam was gone, and Colin was gone, and Samantha, everybody was gone. It was just Terry and I. And he went to bed, and I went to bed later, and I took it off, and it always dangled. It was like it didn't fit like a watch. It felt more like a loose bracelet, and I wanted it fixed. So I took it off at my makeup table, and I laid it out straight on the left side of my makeup table, and I went to bed. And so I got up Sunday morning at or it was Saturday morning, I guess, at 9 o'clock, and Terry was already downstairs making breakfast, and I got dressed, went to, you know, all of my stuff, and I sat down at the makeup table, put my watch on, and it fit. And I was like, oh my God, you know, he must have fixed it. So I went downstairs. Well, I noticed to the right of my makeup table was two little links that came out of it, and they were sitting on the right side of my makeup table, and my watch fit. So I went downstairs and asked Terry if he did it, and he looked at me, you know, like he was irritated, and he said, I told you I had to have the tool. I'll do it when I get the tool. So I don't know what happened, but
A ghost fixed
there
it.
you
Yeah.
go.
It's a
Yeah.
very
It's fixed.
considerate
It's the
ghost.
strangest
It's a
thing.
very considerate ghost.
It's a strange thing, and that's God's truth. And I still don't know what happened. And everybody says, "Well, maybe you fixed it." And I thought, I don't even know how to fix it.
I don't have the
Or you
tools. We didn't
sleepwalk,
have the
you
tools.
took some
Exactly.
Ambien and
I don't
fixed your
have. You have
watch.
to have a little. You had to have a little thing, I think, to do it. I don't know,
So,
but
but you bought that watch from a mysterious man in a pawn shop, right? That told you not to
Yeah,
wear it after
of
midnight.
course, yes, because that
Needful
makes a
things.
better story.
no,
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 it
It was
I
all
was just,
very suspicious.
I was just trying to remember it. We were talking about ghost stories, so I wanted
This
to.
watch is free,
wanted to
but
call
it
you on
is
there.
also very costly.
That's creepy.
It's
Everything
super
happened.
creepy.
Everything happened in that house, though. I mean, that was a strange.
Was that the
house
Jefferson
anyway.
house?
Wait, it sounds like
No,
there's
it was
way
in
more
Sedalia.
stories.
Oh, okay.
It was in Sedalia. Yeah.
Wait, was there more scary stuff that happened there?
Well, just with Murray.
With
You
their
know,
dog?
just
Yeah.
just the night with Murray, and people said, "Oh, you were sleepwalking," and I wasn't, because I don't sleepwalk, but
Sounds like
no big
gaslighting.
deal. I just
agree.
put him out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just put him outside on the deck, and I always had that. Remember, Adam? I used to put that bat between the sliding door when I
Yep.
shut it.
Yep, I could
just
never
because-
sneak in after I snuck out.
Yeah, right. So
Never
I
got past
would
the
always
bat,
do
huh?
that, and I let the dog out, and I always let that bat out. I mean, you know, and I
Yeah.
had the blinds open and everything, but I always locked that door. And then I went back and laid on the couch to wait for him. And I woke up a little bit later, and he was sitting next to me, next to the couch, sitting next to me. And
Some
I
little
went
man.
and I went and looked, and the door was still. It didn't have the bat in it like I do. You know what I mean? When I shut it. So anyway, that was just a very strange thing. There's just some things that
It's spooky.
It's spooky, but I like how all of them are quite convenient.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Put a dog in for me.
I don't.
Fix my watch.
I don't know. The watch thing is
consider
like
it ghost,
something
like we
I'll
said. He's a
I'll take it to
gentleman
my
and a
grave.
scholar.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
weirdest thing. I always remember that story because it's not like Dad. He would eventually crack if he fixed it.
he swears to it. He gets really ticked if
Still
I
today,
even bring it up. He swears to this day. He had nothing to do. He didn't know what
No one fixed
that
that watch.
I'm
It's the
crazy.
craziest thing.
That's
yeah.
nuts. That's
That is
insane.
nuts.
It is nuts. I have no, and why would really why would that be something that would happen?
Right, of all the things to lie about.
That's an odd hill
Yeah.
to die on.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, that is an
Exactly.
hill to die on.
For sure.
Oh,
Awesome.
he would take credit for it if he did it. But
Awesome. Well, thanks for calling me back.
Yeah.
Everybody was making fun of me that you didn't care enough to call me back.
That's true. We
well, I
were.
just got home from Texas like 30 minutes ago.
Oh,
I've
you
been
did?
driving all
That's what we
day.
thought.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've
we
been
did.
driving.
We did
through-
give you the benefit of the
Yeah.
doubt that
Yeah.
that's why.
All right.
It'd have
Well,
been
thank
funnier if
you.
you didn't love Adam,
Thank
though.
you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I will talk to you soon. I love you. I'll call you tomorrow.
Love you too. All right, see ya.
All right,
Bye.
bye. See, crazy man.
That is crazy. Of all of the ghost stories, though,
That's weird, right?
It's the least scary and most convenient.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It's weird.
And like, I don't know. Why would that happen?
Yeah,
Unless like her wrist changed shape.
I feel like there are a
Yeah.
lot of ghost stories where it's like scary, but think that the ones like that are
Or
more
more legit.
believable
I agree.
because there's no way that was the hill that your dad died on.
Yeah.
No, I swear to God, my dad is a goof, and he would do weird stuff like that, but he would never just. Eventually, he would have to give us.
He'd
a-
have
it's
well
like-
because he's like
This is
I
like-
did it. It was me.
This is
Right.
probably 20 years ago. You
Yeah,
know, like he would
that's-
have to be
Yeah.
like, "All right, yes, I did it." Eventually.
Because it's not that funny to hold
No.
on
It's-
to it
no,
for
it's
20
not
years.
nearly funny
No.
enough.
It's like,
No.
25 years later, I
Yeah.
got you that day. Remember when you
Right,
wanted to fix your
no,
watch?
no.
It was me.
No, that's
The long con.
Yeah, right.
No,
Extremely long con.
no, it's so crazy. Yeah, and he didn't have the right tool to fix it. That's so weird, man. So I'm glad she called back. Then that's funny.
Yeah, as
That's-
am I.
That's
Yeah.
a great way to end the podcast.
Yeah.
We've done like 90 minutes.
Adam's got some work to do.
No, it's okay.
Are we going to let it go? Yeah.
We can go long, I guess. It don't matter, but I appreciate you coming in.
Yeah, no, this is
I'm against
fun.
it. I'm
No,
just-
it's great.
I know, like, you're figuring out how to do editing, and I don't do anything.
No, you do. You bring content.
Yeah.
That was me. Is I did all the editing for the first 19 episodes, and
Yeah.
it was around 5 to 7 hours each editing time.
Oh,
We mess up a bunch.
But you guys cut in between. See, we try and do long form, at least 20-minute segments, moments.
Yeah. Well,
You know.
we have to read stories, and I feel like sometimes when you write out stories and then you try and
Yeah.
read them out loud, you're like, well, that
Yeah.
sounds stupid. Let me read that again.
Yeah. Corey does all the editing for the podcaster because he puts in like sound bites, and he does a really good job.
Yeah.
But,
Oh, that's nice.
yeah, it's cool. But I don't know. We should call it though.
Yeah.
Brittany Lind, thank you very much. Guest number 3.
Guess number 3.
It's getting real,
love it.
folks.
How do we say goodbye on this thing?
Kayla and I just go, okay, bye.
Okay, we can do that. I don't know if I can. I think we
Will
should
you
all
do it
say
for
it
this
together.
one?
All
Yeah,
right.
that's what we do. We do it together.
Okay, we'll do it
Yeah.
all together.
So we're gonna do 1, 2, 3. Okay, bye.
Okay,
Okay.
all right. Okay. I don't know if I can. All
Yeah,
right.
yep.
All right, let's do it.
1, 2, 3.
Okay,
Okay, bye.
All right, perfect.